A lot of people go, well, he's coming from Kennesaw. Yeah, well, so what? It's a punt. It's a skill, right?
Yeah. I think kicking, I think punting is the one position that you can go anywhere and do.
Yeah.
Like kicking in a bigger stadium, you got that much more pressure. Quarterback, you got different talent on the defense, stuff like that. But between us, I think it's really at higher levels. You're going to have faster people coming off the edge for a punt, but you're also going to have bigger bodies in the backfield being your shield and saving grace. Hope they block, but got blown up last year. But let's hope that doesn't happen. But it's really just feel and making sure that you can fall back on your training and not hope for the best, but do the best you can with what you got.
Looking at your stats in your career, you've gotten better every year.
Yeah.
So now you're working with one of the best special team coaches in the country.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you can take that next step?
I think I can go from having a few good balls to even my mishits still net over 40. I want to be able to have an A ball that flips the field, has good hang time, and they don't get a good return because they have to fair catch it. But in this wind, 40 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour, you're going to have mishits. And I want to work with Coach Deacon to mitigate the mishits. And even when I mishit the ball, it still not be so much of a mishit that it's a horrible punt. But I think Deacon and all the staff here are the people that can get me there.
One more question for me. I know Brent likes sometimes directional kicking, or he would rather you kick it out at the 11 or the 10 or something like that. How are you on those kind of kicks?
So at Kennesaw we called them sky punts, and are you asking like short field punts or just?
Well, like if you're at the 50, Brent doesn't want you necessarily to kick it through the end zone.
Oh no,
he wants
that's
you
a bad thing.
Right. He wants you to kick it out at the 5 or whatever, or make sure it's a fair catch or whatever. So talk about that ability and where you're at there.
Yeah. So coming from Kennesaw, there wasn't a lot of wind, so you could manipulate the ball a little bit more, and we didn't have a lot of opportunities for short punts, but the ones we did, I feel like I did ample. I'm not going to say I did amazing. I do feel like that's one of the pieces of my game that I really need to work on. Mainly getting the ball up instead of just line driving it so they can get a return on it. But also directionally. I think I do what they call an Aussie style or a nose down punt, and just try and hit the bottom of the ball, get a little backspin on it, so if they do let it go and it bounces on the 10, it won't shoot into the end zone. It'll either bounce up or slightly forward or slightly back. But given how fast some of these guys are, I'm really looking forward to seeing how many we can get inside the 5.
Did you try to go kicking that yesterday?
Oh yeah.
How was that?
It was, well, against the wind, wasn't great. Had a couple that sliced through and got through, but it mainly affects the drop. But with the wind, it was insane. You can, like one of those nose down punts that normally go 40, 45 yards, you get it up there and 40 mile an hour winds, it's almost a 65-yard punt. But it's really hard to turn over a ball with the wind at your back and going through you. How it comes off your foot, it twists up, and the wind is pushing the back of the ball first, so it won't let the back turn and come down. And that's how you get the most distance, but it was still flying. Being from Georgia, there's mountains everywhere, so they cut the wind. And I don't think I've ever seen winds like that other than in a hurricane. And
that's just Tuesday, right?
Yeah, that was Tuesday. That was Tuesday.
Did you realize the wind here and how much of a difference that was going to be?
Well, I don't know if they tried to downplay it a little bit, but they were like, oh yeah, it gets windy here, but if you have good contact, it'll be fine. And I got here and I was sitting back and taking hand snaps, and I'm almost falling backwards. And you gotta lean into it. I'm sitting here going, what is going on? It was kind of fun just to see what it did to the drop and how you have to adjust. And you have some bad mishits, but it's kind of funny to see how it works. It's definitely got something I got to get used to, but it was definitely a learning experience. Hopefully during spring ball it is probably not that windy, but hopefully it is windy so I can actually work on it with helmets.
Something tells me you'll have a little bit of wind.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't even know that there was a tornado warning or watch or whatever, and one of my friends texted me and goes, "You scared?" Because they were back home, and I'm like, "There's a tornado watch?" Because everybody here is used to it.
Who on the teams give you those clinics? So this is the chart. This is the warning. Why? Who's the local?
I don't think I've gotten that chart to yet. I didn't.
You might need to find somebody.
Probably. I'll probably have to find a native, but to the area. Like Liam, he's from Moore, and he goes, "Yeah, there was a tornado warning."
And Moore's been hit twice. Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Jacob, it's nice meeting you, man. James Sale, nice meeting you.
And he thought it was a regular Tuesday. And I'm like,
Yeah.
huh? He goes, yeah, there was an F5 that hit us like
Moore's like the
7 years ago.
Yeah, both of us live in Moore, and so it's like we just saw it.
Yeah, it was.
That's when you get the shelters.
Yeah, he pulled up the damage. And I'm sitting here going, wow. Like we get hit with the outer bands of hurricanes in Georgia sometimes, and he goes, yeah, we have 4 or 5 tornadoes a month. And I'm like,
yeah, this time of year, it's a regular occurrence. The good thing is it's only a couple months.
oh yeah,
It's not some complex.
it'll be a learning experience, but
Yeah.
3 years here, I think by my final year I'll be chill with
You
it.
got it. You'll get it down. Hey, I know it's unfortunate circumstances as to how it happened, but a bunch of Kennesaw State guys all rolling up to Oklahoma together. What's that been like?
Oh, that was awesome. Well, I got the text from Deacon, and I'm like, all right, came on my visit, committed, and while I was on the visit, he said he was talking to Austin, and I'm like, all right, this will be cool. Play it cool. Maybe slide his name in, hype him up a little bit, and Austin called me. I was on vacation. I was down for my mom's wedding. We were playing a game of golf with my uncle and my 2 stepbrothers. We're about to tee off, and I get a phone call. Austin called. I pick up the phone. It's him and my special teams and my coach from Birmingham, Mike McCabe, great guy. And he goes, I've never had 2 specialists go to the same college out of the portal. And I go, tell me what you're talking about. And he said it. I'm like, I was ecstatic. And then I'm looking forward to that. I know what he likes, how the ball is held, and I know how to get him out of his head sometimes, but it's going to be fun. The last year, maybe 2 years with him, I'm looking forward to that. And then Carson, he started getting interest here, and I'm like, you got to come to Oklahoma, man, come on. And he came on his visit, and he was talking, and then he was, I think, in the airport, about to get on the plane or just got off the plane, and he called me and said, I committed, man, we're all going. And I was ecstatic. It's fun to have people here. Like when I got here, or when I committed, I was like, all right, I know Ben, a long snapper, and I think we're going to get along. And I was going to know a couple people on the team, but as soon as I got Austin and Carson here, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get here, keep lifting with these guys, keep playing, and we have our fun. So